Hello, we are live. Hi, everyone. Hi, Artem. Thank you for joining us for our last Easter webinar. We've done so many already, and this is the final one, and we're having our giveaway today. Artem, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. As usual, sunny Athens today. So pretty happy to be here. I think you can, as usual, see the birds on my background. So I think it's good.
I'm very jealous because in Vienna right now it's raining and very moody. And yeah, I also got sick, so the weather doesn't add up.
Oh,
I mean, it adds up to me not feeling the best for today. Hi, guys. I can see some people joining us on YouTube. Hi, Alex Dega. Hi, Jakub. Hi, Vasya Pupkin. Guys, let's wait. As usual, let's wait for a couple of more minutes for people to join us. While we're doing that, tell us, have you used DCA bot backtesting before? And if yes, how did it go to you? And why people are also joining, I also would like to clarify the giveaway that we are having today, because I see in the chat, in Telegram chat, there was there was a couple of questions and people were a little bit confused regarding the contest. So guys, what I would like to clarify, basically today we are talking about backtesting, and Artem will go through all of the things that you need to do in order to backtest your strategies. And the giveaway, the main idea of it is to submit your strategies, and especially if you, for example, not sure about your strategy or it's not performing the way you want it to perform, and we actually backtest it and kind of like say what you could tune up in order to make it better. Because some people were confused, they were saying like, why would I share my profitable strategy with you and everybody else? But not, guys, it's not about sharing your best strategy, it's sharing your strategies that you're struggling with, and seeking for an advice from Artem. And we are having three different prizes today. The first one is 30 commas hoodie, the second one is 30 commas t-shirt, and the last one is a promo code for 1 month free on the platform. Hi, Tom Bots. Hi, Andre. Super happy and glad to see you all here. Hi, Bidemi Adel Tola. Yes, and guys, these kind of webinars that we're doing right now is actually something we want to do more. We want to help you and educate you on the example of your own strategies. So even if you missed it, even if your strategy was not picked for this webinar, just make sure you go to our Telegram chat and that you submit your strategies there. And during our next webinar, we will look into it. Okay, a couple of more seconds and we will be able to start. And guys, the last but not least, actually right now, today is the last day of our Easter offer. Yes, you can see the QR code right now. You can scan it in order to use it and to benefit from it. And again, coming back to your strategy submissions, you can scan the QR code on Artem's part of the screen and join our community and submit the strategies there. Okay, so also I would like to give you a little heads up on how this webinar is going to go. So first we're going to talk about what is backtesting and how it helps. Then we're going to talk about how to refine strategies with historical data, and then we will dive into our giveaway and backtesting your strategies. And if you have any questions, make sure you ask them in the chat. And unfortunately, since I'm not feeling well and I'm a bit sick today, I will turn off my camera and give the stage to Artem. So blessing, hi, hello, good morning. So yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's get started. And I'm turning my camera off, unfortunately, but hopefully we will see you. I will see you on the next webinar, guys. Artem, please.
yeah, thank you. First of all, I wish Anna to get you well real soon. Hope you will get better.
Thank you.
And yeah, this next things that I wanted to clarify for you guys, for those who hesitated to share the backtest results. Um, Remember that you can always share just the screen of your statistics and the chart, and this will not compromise your strategy, but we will be able to discuss your results, your drawdown, your trades, how did it go on the chart, and this will allow you to participate in all our giveaways. Great. So let's cover what the backtest is and why do you need it. And frankly speaking, I believe that the backtest, especially with the bots, is 90% of what the trader should do before, not before, but 90% of his day-to-day trading routine. So whenever you have an algorithm strategy, you first have a really thorough big test, and then you trade live with small amount just to check that your back test is executed, your real life trading is executed correctly in the same way as back test, and then you go live. So with backtest, what you can do is you can check all your ideas, all your strategy, combine different parameters, combine different indicators, and test it first on history, on historical trades. With 3 commas, you can do it on different exchanges, on different time frames, and play around with all the configurations that we have. So the second best part of the backtest is that you can always test your risks. So don't forget about this. We've seen quite a lot of backtest results where people focus only on P&L and ROI, but they do forget about risks. So especially because of that, we have a parameter in our backtest called MFD, which is a maximum floating drawdown, to show you how much your position would go against you before it reversed. And be aware that not all of the deposits will withstand this. So be careful with this. And this is where the backtest can help you to understand this. Right. So I think we covered in a few previous webinars how exactly you can refine your strategy with historical data, and I even showed you something already, but let's do it again, and I will share my screen. Yeah, just a second. Oh, right. I think you see the screen right now, and this is the details of what I've been working with. Let's go again. The one thing that I will not ever forget to remind all of our users and all of the traders out there is that none of the algorithms, none of the bot will ever work on every trading situation, on every market cycle. So what I want to do first when I'm working with backtest, I want to find a market situation, a market structure that I would love to trade and that I would love to make my board to fit it to this market cycle. And so the idea here would be first to, find, for me, it would be a trend trading situation. So I would find a trend, then I would find a configuration for this trend. Then I will test it, play with parameters, check my drawdown, check my average trade, average positive trade, average loss, etc. Find if I can get it better with adjusting the parameters, and then I will check if this configuration will work on another period, but which is also a trend period. And then I would do it for different market cycles, for long trend, for short trend. Then I will go and check the situation for a sideways market, despite the fact that we discussed that you could do it with grid, but you can also do it with DCA as well. So I would test different scenarios, find different bots, and just wait for the right situation to apply it. Right now, I was checking the backtest period for October 23 to March 24. Let's see why I was doing this. Yeah, I guess it's pretty obvious. Then this is an uptrend momentum. So I was testing it in order to see how it worked here, and then to see if I can apply it on another period. So, for example, through this period that we discussed previously when everyone was expecting Trump to come into the office. All right. So let's see what I was doing here when I wanted to test it first on all the period. So I wanted my strategy to cover this drawdown maximum of 20%. So to average position down if it goes to this level. What I did in parameters was normally, you already know this, I work with moving averages, but here I did it with RSI just to show that it can be different situations. I mean, different technical indicators can be obviously applied to trend trading. You can see my results here, not the results, sorry, the configuration. Averaging down also with conditions, which in this case, moving average, and you can see that both are on a very small time frame. I did this on purpose just because I want more averaging orders to apply to exploit more capital. Right. So I put take profit of 20, but we can see how it goes and how I usually work with it on the backtest. Okay, so I already run it. So let's go to show details and see what we got here. We can see P&L of 77% with MFD of just 200, which is pretty good. I mean, as a ratio. Obviously, those of you who are quite experienced will understand that, okay, it's pretty understandable situation because I was trying to make a trend board and this was a trend situation we're doing on a history. But again, guys, let's try to do what in backtesting is called forward testing, because the only this was a history, and I will take the same parameters and run it, for example, here. Or we can do it on a small period here and see how it goes. And for me, if this situation works, and then I go here and it works as well, and here it will work again, then I can probably start working with it here because we can see some bouncing momentum. All right, what I would do here in backtest again, and how you can play with it and how you can refine it. So first, as you can see, I mentioned this MFD because you know, with this ratio, we understand that we earned a lot, but when our position was not in our favor, when we were losing money, we were not losing a lot, which was pretty good for us, and we can see how it was in percentage compared to our overall profit. So it was just -8%, and it is also maximum floating drawdown was just 7%. Then what I'm interested in is usually logs, but you can also look at these parameters like subtune and trap, because if you're a serious trader, you usually do understand that you need these to understand how profitable your strategy and if it really has alpha, meaning that if your strategy would be profitable in the future. One more thing here, again, as I know that we have a lot of guys who are not familiar with backtesting. Sometimes when you run a backtest, you will see here zeros everywhere, literally, except for volume, for example. This would mean for you guys that probably your rules to enter into position were too strict, or your take profit was too far because you entered into one position, but I mean, on historical performance, but you never averaged your position or you never get out of position. That's why all of other situations would be in zero, all of other fields. So just go back to the configuration and try to check to update your averaging configuration, try to update take profits and see how it goes. And again, for your better understanding, just go to the logs, find your trades here and see how it works. see how do you have any averaging? You can see here that I have just base order and take profit, which we discussed previously. I don't like because I want to use capital as much as I want. And we will try to change it just in a bit. Yeah, we can see that just one trade with averaging, but I hope it will be more. Not yet. Okay, one more. All right. Let's go back and let's try to think what we can do with averaging more. We can obviously first what we can do, we can try adding more positions. I mean, averaging order and reduce the deviation. But for me, 4 is usually enough. What I would actually do this is, since my idea of trading is that your base order is more important than your averaging orders, because I prefer to find the best time into the market. I would love to switch off conditions for averaging and just leave it to deviations, because what I want here for my strategy is cover this deviation overall and be sure that I would stop out after this if it goes wrong, and that I would get a decent take profit to cover the loss if it happens. Okay, let's run and see how it goes. Yeah, almost there. All right, all right. Just the last bit. Okay, you remember it was 77. Now it's just this figure, which is way more bigger. Also, we get more maximum drawdown, which is also okay, especially if you get this profit. The fees are also have risen up, but it's okay as well. Let's see what happened here with the logs and why we got so dramatic difference. Okay. Yeah, as I expected, we just got more averaging. So whenever I want to exploit my capital more and I want to play, more risky, meaning that I want to average the position. Just remember that if you average it, if you play with your results with your parameters in a way to average it more, then you take more risk on you. And this is again what you can check on backtest, like we've done just so far. You can see that we got a lot more trades here. All the trades in the chart you can check in this way and see how it was. And we will actually, for your convenience, add a little one more feature here. So from these logs, you would be able to just go to the chart immediately and see this trade on the chart where it is. I personally waiting for this so much. Right. So what we wanted to do next, we wanted to see if this configuration is working here. And here, I mean, from 17th of September until the late of November. So let's go back and just check the period. Right. Yeah, we have custom, as you can see. I mean, custom range for the date of, and obviously you can use more convenient, like 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Okay. I wanted late November. This is here, and let's run it again. It's just 17 days. Should be faster, and yeah, probably less of results. But let's see. Yeah, so we're still in plus. You can see that we are way less in plus than it was, even with a conservative option. But let's see what it goes and why it is exactly has a little profit. Well, not really little, but way more or less. All right. I can see that this trade is not closed yet, and probably this one is in a loss because well, it should have been in a loss, but we stopped the period here. Okay. Let's go into the logs. Average loss trade. We don't have any loss trade, so meaning that we never hit a stop loss. That is correct. Let's check. All right. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, this this configuration worked on another trend level. And what I wanted to do now, and just again for you to understand how I check the strategies, even without really working with the parameters, this is obviously a long trend, but we can have here a short trend, and we could try to work with it like if it was a double top, even if I can see here a break of double top, still we can use it to try to go short. So let's try to get this configuration, mirror it into short trade, and see if we can go short with the strategy from January back to the latest date. Just see how it goes. All right. This is just the last what I would do before we'll go to see the strategies that you guys submitted to us, and we will speak about giveaways. Okay. So I moved to short. I will change the dates in order not to forget about it. I decided it would be middle of January until today. All right. My base order was open immediately. No, it wasn't open immediately. Actually, it was a RSI. It was RSI here. It was 3. I used, as I remember correctly, crossing down 70. But let's try to crossing down 70. We used for long trend because we were thinking that the situation was oversold. So what we can do here is crossing up, for example, let's have 30 here. Right. I will not touch the deviation and just go with it. A little more days than previous time, so it still should be pretty fast. Okay, not so much, right? And with a lot of maximum drawdown and actually maximum floating drawdown. This is the place where we should walk with strategy and walk with backtest and see how just why did it go like this. So first of all, I can see that I didn't choose the period correctly. That's why we probably got these results. But again, this happens. I mean, if you would try to go short here, for example, you were thinking that this is a continuation and you would set up the bot, this is actually what you would get. But I'm perfectly sure that this result, the negative result, is first of all because of these dates and because the bot was trying to go short here and stopped out a couple of times. We can see it from here, from average loss rate, which is pretty much 10%, too much for me. Floating drawdown is especially a little too big. And then I think I don't even need to go to the trades to see that all of this was stopped out and use maximum capital, meaning that the risk was too much. Okay. I think this was enough for you guys to understand how to backtest, how to analyze backtest, how to play with parameters, how to check it on different configurations, and to find out if the strategy really works and how you need to update it. let's try to see what you guys send us. And for that, I will switch to another screen. Actually, I will need, I think, to share the whole screen, right? Okay. A little bit of a mess here, but that's the way how I should show it. You can see it, right? Sorry. Okay, so we can see here a backtest for
Artem, we cannot see it. You are showing the restream screen.
right. That's weird. Okay. Okay, if I do this.
Yep, now we see it. Yep.
Okay. So we don't have chat here. We have two screens, if I remember correctly. Yes. So all we have here is just overview and statistics. And what we can see here is that the result, which was 22% ROI, was almost the same as maximum floating drawdown, which is almost 18%. And well, for me personally, I think this strategy is too much of a risk with just 5 trades, and I wouldn't try to go with it. And I think since it's just since it's just 5 trades, probably the period was not really wide, or the parameters were too strict. But anyway, for me, just from these screens, I would not love it just because maximum floating drawdown is almost the same as ROI. This is not a strategy that I would want to trade. Yeah, okay. Let's see what else do we have. Okay, so this is another screen that we got from the users, which is pretty much with a chart. So we can see the trades, and we can see that this was also a trend situation. But it was we were trying to see Solana just a couple of minutes ago, but now we can see ETH here. We can see pretty good ratio from P&L to maximum floating drawdown. Low fees in terms of again ratio to profitability, and the trade itself. What I would say is that just judging from these trades and just judging what I would try to update here is that it seems that the take profit is pretty close, and whoever did this could try to walk around with a take profit and to make it wider, or to try trailing take profit, for example. So this is another screen with Solana, but I would love to first see, there should be set, yeah, but we should have an overview, yeah. Okay. So the overview for the previous chart was some pretty good average win rate, plus 15%, but as we discussed, take profit could be wider. So, well, for me, I would say that trading pretty conservative, more than 15% is, way too much. But since we see it from the chart, I would try and play with it. The standard deviation is pretty high, which says that the strategy is risky, but DCA strategy itself is risky. The strategy used 4 orders for averaging in max, which is a lot, and meaning that probably the person is trying to exploit most of his capital. I would say this is a leading candidate for now, but let's see what else we've got. So another one was Solana. In the period also, we've seen it. Obviously, because listening to me about trend trading situations with DCA, we can see that the person here tried to catch both start of the trend itself, and even how it go for him while the trend was, going down. Obviously, he could start the bot here, but for some reason decided to test it with stop loss positions and still shows the results. Okay, what we see here is that we have pretty close situation regarding the ratio of PNL and MFD. Still in plus, but not so much. So meaning that probably your averaging down was too much, and you need to apply more strict rules to averaging the position. Probably, as we could see just 10 minutes before when I was trying to play with the parameters, the averaging here is done without conditions. And if you use conditions to average the position, then you have more strict rules for averaging your position, and meaning that your maximum floating drawdown can be not so big, and the ratio would be better. But let's go see what we can see in overview. Okay, the averaging orders was just 2, so probably my hypothesis is not so good. I would love to go into the logs here to see why the ratio between ROI and maximum floating drawdown was not really good and what was wrong here. But we can see that the loss here, the average loss is 8% and the average win is 5%. All right. Remember that you should work the parameters in the way that your winning trades would cover your loss trades. That doesn't mean, just to clarify, that doesn't mean that all of your trades should be positive. It's the other way. So if you put your average win trade more than your loss trade, and you still have, just high, a little bit higher than 50% of the trades winning, and then in that case you would get a positive performance. Okay, so if we go to put the leaders, then this is it. Probably because the guy just took the best situation here, but we discussed that it could be improved with take profits. Then I would go here as a second place. We covered everything here, and this situation with just 13%. I mean, the situation here with ROI and maximum floating drawdown is almost the same as here, but it feels like on this case, we can adjust way more parameters. Okay, I will stop sharing the screen right now. And Anna, if you can return to us.
Yes, I'm back, and sorry guys, I will not turn on my camera. I really don't feel well. Okay, so what do we have left, guys? I see that a lot of you are asking in the chat that how to submit your strategies. Yeah, just go to our Telegram chat, and you can submit them there for our next webinar. So in terms of strategies, Artem, what do you think regarding the ones that we just discussed overall?
Sorry, what do you mean? In terms of strategies, what are the leaders, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So as I was saying just a minute ago, so the guy who submitted the strategy with the ETH will be number 1. Then the one with WIF would be the second one, and Solana would be the third.
Okay. Awesome. Guys, thank you very much for submitting the strategy. Our community moderators will reach out to you in order to align on the prices. And yeah, just let us know, how did this webinar go? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? I see that there is a lot more activity in the chat than usual. Let us know, guys, if you want us to host these webinars more often. And again, before we wrap it up, I just want to remind you one more time that the Easter offer is ending today. So if you were considering to use this offer, this is the perfect time to do it right now. And yeah, hopefully this was a valuable and interesting webinar for you guys. We are doing everything to make sure that you use the e-commerce tool to the fullest. And Artem, thank you again very much for taking your time and hosting this webinar. And I'm sorry I couldn't be fully present. I really don't feel well, but hopefully next time I will be there with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you, guys.